Reclaimed, The Fall of Utopia. Chapter 5, The Underground Network. As days passed, tension gripped Utopia. Fear spread among the people, shattering their once perfect lives with startling revelations. Amidst the fear, curiosity sparked. Conversations evolved from whispers to bold questions, challenging the hidden truths of the authority. Director Voss and the enforcement officers struggled to regain control, but the seed of doubt had taken root. Their reassurances met with skepticism, their promises no longer holding weight. Finn and Aria's broadcast had awakened the city, and there was no turning back. As they ventured deeper into the underground network, Finn and Aria encountered unexpected pockets of resistance. Driven by grievances and inspired by the broadcast, these groups wove into a robust rebellion. Some had plotted for years, waiting for the right moment, while others found courage from Finn and Aria's broadcast. Finn and Aria decided to take the next step, finding allies. They knew they could not bring about change alone, especially now that the entire city was on high alert. They needed a network of dissenters, of believers who would join them in their cause. For that, they needed to delve into the city's underground network. Determined to find allies, Aria took the lead. Her contact, who had helped with the signal booster, was an invaluable link to the city's underground. With much at stake, she ventured into this unknown territory, hoping to find like-minded allies. As Aria delved deeper into the underground network, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Shadows flitted at the edges of her sight, and whispers followed her every move. Despite the unease, she pressed on, driven by the urgency of their mission and the hope of finding allies in this clandestine world. With each step, she drew closer to the Resistance's core and deeper into a labyrinth of secrets and danger lurking beneath Utopia's surface. Entering the underground felt like stepping into another world. The gleaming structures and landscapes of Utopia were replaced by chaotic surroundings, a stark contrast to the world above. It was a refuge for those who had dared to question the authority, for those branded as dissenters. As Aria navigated the labyrinthine corridors of the underground, she marvelled at the fortitude of its inhabitants. Each face she encountered bore marks of defiance, a silent testament to their refusal to conform to the authorities' grip. Aria felt the weight of their struggles in every glance, their resilience forming the backbone of resistance. In the dimly lit tunnels, she found a community bound not by fear, but by shared determination to reclaim freedom. Amongst the rubble and shadows, hope thrived, a fragile beacon in the darkness of oppression. At first, Aria's presence was met with suspicion. She was, after all, an outsider. But as she interacted with the underground's residents, they began to see her conviction. She explained the broadcast, the exile of the imperfects, and her mission with Finn. As news circulated, curiosity ignited. The broadcast had also reached the underground, stirring strong emotions and resonating with many who heard it. In the safety of the underground, Aria found the allies they needed. The residents, disillusioned by the authorities' reign, were eager to fight for a real utopia, one free of deceit and oppression. Their motivations varied. Some were personally affected by the exiles, others simply sickened by the authorities' corruption. Yet, they were united by a shared desire for truth and justice. Among the allies, Aria met a particularly influential figure, Nolan, a former city engineer who had fallen from the authorities' grace. Always a skeptic, the broadcast confirmed his suspicions. Eager to join their cause, his knowledge of the city's infrastructure proved invaluable to their rebellion. Meanwhile, from his apartment, Finn expertly hacked into the city's systems, searching for more evidence against the authority, for any clue that could lead to the location of the exiles. His coding skills, once used to maintain the city's tranquility, were now the weapon to dismantle it. Finn and Aria stayed connected, updating each other on their progress. Every new ally, every piece of information was a victory, pushing them closer to their goal. Despite the danger, they felt hopeful. They weren't alone anymore. They had a rebellion growing in Utopia. Amidst the chaos, whispers of dissent echoed through the pristine streets of Utopia. Citizens who had long remained silent now found their voices, emboldened by Finn and Aria's defiance. Graffiti appeared on walls, bearing slogans of resistance, while clandestine meetings took place in darkened alleyways. The revolution ignited a spark within the populace, a flicker of hope that refused to be extinguished. The city was still in shock, but the status quo was cracking. Director Voss and the enforcement officers struggled to regain control, their facade crumbling. The underground network was growing, and so was the spirit of rebellion. Finn and Aria knew the road ahead was fraught with danger and uncertainty, yet they were undeterred. They had sparked a revolution, and there was no going back. The fall of Utopia was in full swing, and the dawn of a new era was on the horizon. The network they'd created was no longer a patchwork of isolated cells. It had grown into a unified force with a shared vision. Strategies took shape, plans emerged, and with each passing day, their numbers grew. Citizens, inspired by Finn and Aria's courage, began organising, readying themselves, and nurturing hopes for a future where Utopia could live up to its name. As dawn's first light broke through the shadows, Finn and Aria stood side by side, prepared for whatever lay ahead. Their journey was just beginning, but with loyal allies and a city awakening to the truth, they were ready to fight for a utopia that would welcome all, flaws and all. The dawn of a new era was no longer a distant dream. It was nearly within reach.